guys, in this month's Disney Rewind, we're going to be reviewing the live-action reboot of Aladdin. So, before we do head into our thoughts and feelings on the live-action reboot of Aladdin, spoilers, I'm guessing?
Really?
I guess we're going to be talking about spoilers. I mean, if you've not seen the cartoon, I guess.
You've not seen the cartoon.
So
why are you going to see the movie?
So, yeah, spoilers for this movie. I mean, this movie does do a few tiny different things, but not very much. So yeah, if you don't want to know about this movie specifically, spoilers. So, Stephanie, your overall thoughts and feelings about the live-action reboot of Aladdin?
I quite enjoyed it. Definitely wasn't what the trailer kind of showed. I think the trailer sometimes was a little weird at times. Definitely wasn't how I wouldn't base it off of the trailer.
That's what I've seen a lot of other reviewers say, that they didn't like the trailer, so
I mean,
give the movie a chance.
I liked the trailer, but I just think the way maybe it was cut, plus, I don't know. You know what? And the genie looked different in the trailer, but he didn't look the way he looked in the trailer on the movie. That makes sense.
Well, after they released those first images and stuff of the genie, I think I don't know if they went back and fixed things or if they weren't fixed to begin with. I don't know, because yeah, everyone had a problem with Will Smith at first. I really enjoyed the movie too. I really liked it. I was a little concerned when Guy Ritchie was announced that he was directing. I was a wee bit concerned, because Guy Ritchie can be hit or miss with his movies. And yeah, the last movie we saw with him was that King Arthur movie, right? Mm-hmm. And I mean, I liked that King Arthur movie. It was okay, but it was a little outlandish and over the top on occasion, and just kind of weirdly edited and filmed sometimes. And I kind of kept having that image in my head, like, oh my goodness, what's Guy Ritchie gonna do to Aladdin? Hopefully it's not too wild and crazy. Because we saw what happened when Tim Burton got to direct Alice in Wonderland, that it was a little too weird. It was a little too weird with Alice in Wonderland. So yeah, I was worried about kind of Guy Ritchie's style, but at the same time I was like, well, he kind of has a certain look and style that will probably fit Aladdin, you know? It just depends on how it goes. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I really enjoyed the movie. The directing was good. The acting was good. The script was good. Oh my goodness, the costuming. Mm-hmm. Just go see this movie for the costuming. I love the costuming. Just really vibrant and colorful, and just kind of immersed you there in the world and whatnot. I loved it. But how did we feel about the musical scores?
I liked the music. You know, it was different. They didn't have like the exact same sound as the original songs. I think the only one that sounded the same was A Whole New World.
Yeah,
I don't think
there's not much. Well, I felt like there were parts of A Whole New World that kind of was a little slower. Like, as the song starts, it felt a little slower than it should have been. But yeah, you know, like something with Beauty and the Beast, that live-action reboot of Beauty and the Beast, because I freaking love that live-action Beauty and the Beast, guys. Something with that, I mean, the music it's the music. Yeah. You know, they don't really do anything different with the music, which I was fine with, because I love that music from Beauty and the Beast so much. But yeah, Aladdin, they do, I mean, it's very familiar, but they do kind of, the arrangements, they do stuff with the arrangements that's a little different.
And then like the instruments
are
different.
Yeah, and it kind of has more of that Middle Eastern vibe sometimes, you know, that they give it, that the cartoon doesn't really have. So yeah, I really like the musical scores. What was one of your favorite songs?
One Step was my bop.
Your bop? One Step. Yeah, that was really, yeah, because that has a little bit more rockin'.
Which I would have hoped it would have been the Prince Ali song, but it was not. I mean, that was still a good song, but we had been talking about it wasn't as exciting as the cartoon.
Well, my problem with Prince Ali, I mean, it wasn't so much the song, it was just the layout, I guess, because, you know, in the cartoon, when the Prince Ali song was playing, it felt very grand and epic in scope. Yeah. Like they're coming down the avenue to the gates of the palace, you know, and it felt like a journey getting there with the song and the sheer
like,
amount of
a
people.
boom kicks down that door.
Yeah, he kicks down the door. Yeah, it just felt really grand and epic in scope in the cartoon, and I kind of expected the movie to just go tenfold and like really go out there and make it even more grandeur and epic, but it's kind of just all
in that one little plaza.
Yeah, in the little plaza. It seems like it all just kind of happens in that plaza. Yeah, and it didn't have that same just flair and grandness and epicness to it compared to the cartoon. But yeah, the song was still fine. Yeah, that was just my problem, was just the scale of it. It didn't seem as big as it should have been, considering this is a new foreign prince coming in to Agrabah, and here's all of his gold and his riches and his harem of ladies, his peacocks and jams.
Get off the jams.
But yeah, my favorite song, what was it? I don't know. I still loved A Whole New World. I still loved A Whole New World. Because that felt the most traditional. Will Smith at the beginning, with him singing the Arabian Nights song, I was digging the Arabian Nights.
I liked that too.
I was totally digging Arabian Nights and kind of how that was arranged.
One thing though about the one, what the heck is it called? One step. Whatever the heck it's called.
Whatever. When he's running away from the guards.
The one thing that threw me off though was the because it's Guy Ritchie, and he on multiple occasions did that weird sped up thing. And that
which
really,
he kind of likes to do in all of his movies, I think, with the speed up.
Yeah,
the
like
camera
the action parts and stuff. And he did that during that scene. Like, that's the one that sticks out the most to me. And it was kind of like, it threw me off a little bit. I was like, I don't know if that was necessary. It kind of was, I don't know, it just felt really weird. But still, I enjoyed the song.
I thought it was just me being like, what's going on with the camera work here?
It's like their mouths are moving weird.
Because then it would almost be in slow-mo. There would be parts that almost looked like it was going in slow-mo, but then it would speed up later.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird. Jasmine's song is a new one. I really like Jasmine's song. Stephanie, you didn't like it?
I didn't.
Stephanie, I'm ashamed of Stephanie. Stephanie did not like Jasmine's song. I really liked it.
I didn't think it fit. All these songs had the same feel to them. And then her song comes in and it sounds like some god-awful now pop song. Whereas the rest of the thing sounded like Aladdin, and it blended in with Middle Eastern, like the sounds. And then her song comes in and it sounds like a pop song.
Like a pop ballad.
And I'm like,
is that your problem? Okay, I can understand. I guess I can understand where you're coming from, because you felt like it felt like a pop ballad.
It did.
Like kind of just immersed in there.
It didn't fit to me.
You felt like it just was put in there.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I can understand the pop ballad, because it did sound like a pop ballad, because she was even doing that little Christina Aguilera.
She's like,
you know how Christina Aguilera has those little growls that she does? Yeah, Jasmine at one point kind of has, she does that a couple times with the little growl that kind of made me giggle a little, because I didn't know if it was entirely necessary. But, I mean, I can understand the pop ballad, because it did feel like a pop ballad, you know, rather than like a song in the Aladdin movie, I guess. But still, I liked the song. I really enjoyed it and what it meant, because the whole movie, because, you know, it's not just Aladdin's movie. The movie kind of turns into Jasmine's movie too, and her story, and you know, her dad, the Sultan, wants her to get married and this and that, and Jafar's always telling her to shut up, and she wants to prove herself that she doesn't need a man to rule Agrabah. She can do it herself, because yeah, if a foreign man came in, the foreign man would instantly take over, and this foreign man would have no idea how Agrabah is run, you know, and she would get no say. So I liked her trying to be like, I'm trying to prove a point that I should lead Agrabah in the future, and that's kind of what that song is about, and about her standing up and like she's not going to be quiet anymore. I liked it, Stephanie. I liked what it meant. It meant a lot for her character. I liked it. I mean, I can't understand it. It felt like a pop ballad, but I still liked it. And what it meant to her as a character. Because, yeah, she doesn't get a song at all in the cartoon, so I liked it.
Jafar should have gotten a song.
I kept waiting for Jafar to get a song. I wanted him to have a song so bad.
Oh, you were... Speaking of the...
All the great Disney villains have a great Disney villain song, and he don't have one.
Speaking of the Sultan, I was kind of disappointed with the Sultan, because I just felt like they made his character, I guess, more realistic. than
Yeah.
what the cartoon was.
Yeah.
But still, I wanted, a cute little fluffy Sultan.
Yeah, because in the cartoon, he's the fat little man. He's very humorous and jolly, but that's kind of the problem that it seems like he doesn't take ruling the kingdom seriously. You know?
Yeah, in this they made it
because-
like he was like, you can't rule the kingdom,
Yeah,
Jasmine.
yeah.
'cause-
In the cartoon, you can kind of buy, hey, Jasmine and Aladdin, when they rule, they'll be much better than the Sultan. Because yeah, it seems like he has no desire to rule Agrabah. He'd just much rather play with his toys. But yeah, in this
They
movie,
didn't have that.
I know, in this movie, he definitely comes across as more stern and believable, like as a ruler of this kingdom, you know, and yeah, constantly putting his daughter down. I mean, not hatefully, you know, he still loves her, but yeah, he's thinking realistically in his head, you know, and that she needs a man. But yeah, I mean, I still like the Sultan. I still liked him, but yeah,
Yeah.
I would have liked that really jolly dude.
Yeah.
I don't think that would have fit though in a live action reboot. I just don't know if that would have fit and been
Yeah.
appropriate. I think it would have been a little too much.
Yeah.
We haven't even talked about Aladdin. This movie's about Aladdin.
Oh.
We haven't even talked about Aladdin. How do you feel about Aladdin himself?
He was good. Sometimes, like, a lot of times when he was singing, I was like, crap, it kind of sounds like
The
the real thing.
Mhm.
The real thing.
He did. Oh my god. Yeah, they cast a perfect guy for Aladdin, I think, because he looked like he popped right out of the cartoon. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they updated his clothing and wardrobe to look more realistic. You know, rather you know
Nobody just runs around in
half naked.
a vest.
Yeah, in a vest. But yeah, I liked his look overall. He looked like what a live action Aladdin should look like to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, his singing voice was very good. Yeah, like you mentioned, he sounded just like the singing voice in the cartoon. It was so weird. And yeah, his acting, I thought his acting was really great, and I bought him in the role. I really liked him.
And speaking of wardrobes, I also liked Jasmine's wardrobes.
Oh,
that
God.
it still
I love his
resembled
wardrobes.
resembled her outfit, but just not so.
Yeah.
Though,
Because
there should have been the red
you-
outfit.
the sexy slave Leia, not slave Leia, slave not Leia. What is it in Jasmine? I got Leia in my head. Oh yeah, sexy slave
Missed it.
Jasmine. That was a missed opportunity. Jafar. Maybe that would have been too much in the movie. You know, it's one thing back in the early '90s having a situation like that. I don't know how that would have gone down in a movie like this in today's.
The baby Raja.
But yeah, oh my god, yeah, Jasmine had the best wardrobe. Yeah, she wore her iconic, you know, turquoise outfit, and then you know you know how in the movie her hairstyle with how it's pulled back and with the three chunks. That's how I think of it. The three chunks of her hair as it pulled back. She had that look during A Whole New World.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they kept that iconic look during that sequence
Yeah.
with the color of the outfit and how the hair is styled.
Mm-hmm.
But then yeah, of the other times she mostly had it down. The hair was mostly down, and then she wore all those really colorful dresses. I love the dresses. Oh yeah, the genie. How we feel about Will Smith as a genie?
I really liked Will Smith
I
as
did too.
the genie.
He made the genie his own without trying to like mimic Robin Williams.
He was still
know?
like he was funny.
Mhm.
He was able to like he still did like those things like where Genie just rambles on and
Yeah, but he did it in his own Will Smith way.
yeah.
He had his own sense of humor and style, but still kept it like the genie almost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he did. He fit well
Mhm.
as Genie. CGI looked good.
Yeah, the CG was kind of strange with him when he was the blue genie. It was a little weird, but it still looked fine.
Yeah.
It wasn't that distracting.
No. Actually, I feel like it kind of looked better out in the daylight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Rather
I
than
think
in the
yeah,
dark.
like when they kind of finally got out of the cave and yeah, they were in like the
Yeah.
whole sand. It kind of looked better.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked his sense of humor as the genie. He felt like a more sarcastic genie, if that makes sense. I felt like he was just a much more sarcastic genie with some of his remarks. Like, you know, he would constantly like, Aladdin, shut up, you're ruining the moment. You know, like,
That was the worst thing I've ever seen.
yeah, like, you know how in the cartoon, because, you know, Aladdin and Genie are like really good buddies, you know? And then this, there is a bit, sometimes the Genie just gets irritated
Yeah.
with Aladdin, you know?
He's like he just keeps thinking Aladdin's an embarrassment.
Yeah, oh god, the part with the jams. Stop talking about the jams. And
Get
then
off
like,
the jam.
And then later he's like, that was the most embarrassing thing I've ever. Or no, what he said something
And
about
like 10,000 years or however long
Yeah.
he's been a genie.
Because he mentioned something about he'd much rather go back into the lamps than face that embarrassment
yeah.
again or something. Yeah, I really liked Will Smith. I mean, have we really talked about Jasmine? I mean, we keep going on about the song and her clothes. I mean, I really like that actress too.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the choice for Jasmine was perfect. She looked just like Jasmine. I did. I liked the Aladdin and Jasmine relationship. I loved it. They had great chemistry together. What about her handmaiden?
Oh, I liked her. She was funny.
Yeah, I liked the addition there. That gave Jasmine someone to play off of.
Because
And talk to?
in the cartoon, she only talks to Raja.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, they can't be putting Raja in there all the time.
Plus the handmaid, what was her name, Dahlia?
Yeah.
Yeah, plus she was a love interest for the genie, that was a cool new thing to throw in there. I like
Yeah.
that. It gave
Because it gave him a purpose too. Like,
Yeah.
not just a friendship thing,
Yeah,
but
it
then
gave
also...
him. Yeah, it gave him more of a character rather than him just being strictly the genie, and that he's only with Aladdin.
Mhm.
It gave him more to flesh him out, and then his freedom is more meaningful later because he has something to go towards. I liked that addition of the handmaiden.
And
I wasn't sure at first, but
Handmaiden went together anyway, because they were both like crazy.
yeah. Oh, Jafar. How do we feel about Jafar as the villain? I liked him. I really liked him. I wish. Okay, here's my thing with Jafar. Because this is a live action reboot. The movie was two hours long. I mean, a good opportunity to really flesh out the villain who's really one-dimensional in the cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they kind of missed some opportunities there with Jafar. Because you guys, seriously, I love villains. I love me villains. Especially the more fleshed out they are. And I was just really, I wanted more with Jafar. I thought we were getting somewhere when they were in the desert and Jafar mentions to Aladdin, oh, I used to be a common thief like you.
Oh, yeah?
I was like, yes. I was like, yes, this is perfect. This is a great parallel for our hero and our villain. Because the whole time it's like Aladdin, because you know how he is with the lamp and his wishes. He gets a little egotistical and he's sitting there constantly lying. The genie's telling Aladdin, you need to tell the truth. You need to be yourself. Don't be anybody you're not. And so it's like this is a good parallel. Like if Aladdin had continued doing that, Jafar is the man he would have become eventually. It's like you have a good thing going there, but you don't really play into it that much. And that would have helped flesh out Jafar as well if you had given Jafar a lot more. So I love that. But yeah, I needed more.
Yeah, I liked that they made it sound like, he was a thief before and wanted to be more.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked Jafar. I don't know. I just didn't feel like
It
he
made
was
him-
as menacing.
I mean, the thing is with him saying he was a thief, that made him interesting that he is a man who worked his way up. He worked his way up. He just wasn't given power, Whereas in the cartoon it just kind of seems that way. Like he was already nobility.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes him more interesting, like he worked his way up. He was a man of working up and getting the power he was seeking. But yeah, it's like they didn't do much with that. They could have done more with that. You didn't think he was menacing?
No.
I thought he was menacing.
Sort of. But, not as beard twirling as I would hope he would be.
Not his beard twirling. He wasn't as maniacal or insane. Yeah, he wasn't that. Well, I mean, he was getting there. I felt he was getting there to the point of insanity, but I just think they never fully got there to make him truly just absolutely nuts. But still, I did like him as a villain. I thought there was still some good casting. It's just I think the writing was a little weak. And Raja, I loved Raja. I'm guessing that was a CGI tiger.
Oh, yes.
I loved Raja.
His head was too big.
Raja was cute. Iago didn't really get much to do. Iago was just mostly there to make Jafar feel bad. Like, oh, you're always second best Jafar.
Yeah, he's sitting there like insulting him.
Well, I like that. Speaking of Jafar again, I did like that with Jafar because it gave him motivation, like why he just kept wanting to rise and rise and rise. It's like he didn't want to be second
He'd always
best.
be second.
Yeah, he couldn't have enough. It did make much more sense because then by the time when he is the genie at the end, it does make more sense. They're like, I have it all, but not really.
Yeah.
I like the Cave of Wonders. The Cave of Wonders was really cool looking.
Yeah.
Not as once again though, kind of like with my complaint with the Prince Ali song. I didn't feel like the Cave of Wonders was as grand and epic in scope as it should have been. Because in the cartoon it feels like the Cave of Wonders like
Aladdin travels
it's very
for a long time.
Yeah, it seems like it's very labyrinthine. You know, like just a labyrinth of a maze, and just, yeah, constantly just paths to go down. You know, it seems like he gets down there and there's lamp. He doesn't have to walk too far to get to the lamp.
Yeah.
You know? But still, I mean, I like the look of the Kid Wonders. They're really cool.
The Boo and Carpet were adored.
Yeah. Not as much carpet, though, like in the cartoon.
Yeah.
But still. The carpet's just there for a whole new world. If they didn't have a whole new world at all, the carpet probably wouldn't even be in this movie. You know, there's really no other purpose for the carpet other than a whole new world.
Carpet served its purpose multiple times.
And
Jasmine jumped off a balcony in the
that's
carpet.
true. Oh, that's true. Because then Jafar was like, "Oh my god!"
You're like, what the heck?
Oh yeah, during their marriage, he thought
We're about to get married.
He thought he lost his means of power. Oh, I like that one foreign prince that came in. I guess he was from a German country. They didn't say Germany. Something equivalent that I really liked him. And that actor, you know, I like that actor too, and he had just such a small role in the movie. I was a little disappointed he was just in there for a tiny bit, but I liked that whole part with the foreign prince. Like totally off-putting, like, oh dear God. I guess that's it. Stephanie, how would you rate the reboot of Aladdin on a scale of 1 to 10 McGears?
Oh no. A 9.
A 9? I think I'd go for a 9 too. Yeah, I really liked it. It was just really fun. That's the thing. It was just really fun and exciting, and if you like the cartoon, you should really like this as well. I mean, everything that you like about the cartoon is in there, just maybe done in a slightly different way. So, you guys, I guess that's it for this review. We liked it a lot. We highly recommend it. So you guys, in the comments below, have you guys seen the live-action reboot of Aladdin? What did you think? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Share your thoughts and opinions down below. So that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this video, you may like these other videos. Bye, guys.